So for whatever reason, she abandoned him at around 11 months old. We don't know if that was stress from captivity, if that was just her first calf and she didn't know what to do with him, but he came to be in our hands, and since then he's been doing pretty well. So between both of them, they eat about 10 to 20% of their entire body weight, and both of them eat what you see on the dock over here every single day. Snooty is a little bit over 1,200 pounds, so we give him around 100 pounds worth of food. We give him a little bit less than our little one over there because of the fact that he's getting older. He doesn't need as much food. So we're trying to fatten that one up over there, and we're actually going to give him a little bit more than the 10% of his body weight. So we give him around 100 pounds of lettuce every single day. Now you can see that he's nibbling off of the ED. However, I can throw this into the water, and most of the time, of course he makes a liar out of me now, but most of the time he won't go for it. Snooty won't go for it. So Snooty likes human attention. And in fact, Snooty did not see another manatee until he was 50. So we became a second stage rehabilitation facility a little bit over 20 years ago. Now, first stage rehabilitation facilities are places that have full-time vet care. So think Glory Park Zoo, SeaWorld, places like that. Our primary job as a second stage facility is to just feed him and make him happy and plump him up. When he was brought in about a year ago, he was a little bit over 400 pounds. Back in October, when we did an assessment for him, he came up to be around 800 pounds. So we are doing our job right. And surprisingly, they do gain a lot of weight with just eating vegetables. However, manatees in general are not fat. Most of the time, people don't realize what they actually are, but really they are all intestines. Intestines and ribs, they don't have a lot of blubber. They're not walruses or whales in that sense. Now, because we don't want to encourage the wild manatee to learn where to get food, like Snooty likes it, we back away and we're stopped when it's cold outside. That way they start learning. Was picked up about a mile away from Philippi Creek. So he was in the right direction, but whether or not Mom was struck by a boat, Mom abandoned him for whatever reason, why he didn't make it on time, we just don't know. But this is our way of encouraging him to go back to the warm water spot. So if anybody has ever been to Tico, you'll see Sarah Solo out there very recently. As of yesterday, we know that he was there still. So if you have the time, go on down there. Their intestines and ribs. If you see the skeleton over there, you'll notice that their ribs are actually incredibly thick. Kind of the opposite of birds. They have not a whole lot of bone marrow. They're really just thick, calcified bone, and that's heavy. They use their lungs mostly to get around and stay at the surface of the water. So their lungs run all the way down their back, and they're about 3 feet long, and they're gigantic. So they are actually able to open and close their lungs and move them independently. So when I ask him to roll over, he is actually closing one lung, deflating it, and inflating the other. He does the opposite to turn right back around. Now this behavior is just like a normal behavior that you could teach your dog or your cat at home. It's roll over. We do this though to encourage him to not be so afraid when we have to do things like blood draws. So we do blood draws off of that flipper. We hit a little vein in there. So if we ask him daily to do it multiple times and he gets a treat, much like your dog or your cat at home, he's happy to do it. Another behavior that we ask of him is to come up. Now, he has the ability to pull himself completely out of the water and not collapse. Buddy, look at that. Yes, good job. Oh, here, actually, it's my bad. I'm sorry, I should have given you the good stuff. So he has the ability to pull himself completely out of the water. So when we are transporting them for release and different things like that, we don't have to try to pack them into water and make sure that they float. They're just happy doing it all on their own. Again, it's because of those ribs. They won't crush underneath their own weight, unlike whales and dolphins. Now manatees evolved from a small kind of hippopotamus-like creature that had a long tail that looked kind of like a dog. And they actually have some of the leftover pieces left in them from their evolutionary period. They also have a protopelvis, a tiny pelvis with teeny tiny legs. So that's all, of course, inside of them, but it came from their evolution. Another really cool adaptation that all manatees have in general is what's called marching molars. Marching molars are a way for them to regenerate their teeth every 5 to 7 years. So because of how they're eating and what they're eating, they're pretty much blindly going at it. So they can accidentally grab onto a rock or onto a shell or something like that. They're also munching on a lot of sand. Because of that, they have to be able to regenerate those teeth or they would wear down too quickly. So again, every 5 to 7 years, they get a brand new set of teeth. Another thing that they have that's pretty cool is they actually don't have front teeth. All of their teeth are primarily molars. They have tiny precuspids, but they're mostly molars, and they start right at their eyes. So it's pretty far back into the head. When he munches and crunches on something and you hear him crunching, it's actually the hard palate. They also have the ability to feel everything. So they have these tiny little whisker-like hairs, around 2,000 of them on the front of their face alone. And that's part of the reason why they're deemed a mammal. But these tiny hairs are able to feel minute things inside the water. And he can actually feel different textures. So if I show him a lettuce leaf and try feeding him something that he doesn't like broccoli, he's actually able to feel the difference and spit the broccoli out. We're also able to wrap the broccoli up into a little piece of the remaining lettuce, and he spits out the broccoli, yet somehow is able to eat the remaining. So we also know that he has an actual personality. He's not just this floating, bobbing blob. He does have preferences for people as well. He gets upset when one of his caretakers takes a break, takes a vacation, and then comes back. He also doesn't necessarily like new people, so he kind of forms attachment over time and then gets upset when you leave. We know he also can hear because he has a preference for music as well. So he has all of our senses. He's a normal, real animal, and we like to believe that he enjoys our company as much as we do him. Any questions? Again, I'll just keep going. So a lot of people ask kind of what their breath smells like. It's surprisingly fishy, even though all they do all day is eat various types of greens. So they're completely herbivorous. However, out in the wild, when they're eating wild food, they get a lot more protein than what we can do in captivity. So for Snooty, we actually give him these tiny little biscuits called Wonky biscuits. They're well known in the animal care area, just because this one's paying attention. So Snooty also has the ability to breathe on command, and that way we can hold up a petri dish and collect any bacteria or check for any viruses or anything like that that's actually in his lungs.
Fascinating animals. Does anybody know what the manatee's closest relative is? Elephant? It is the elephant, actually. It does. So manatees are basically just like the aquatic elephant. So that goes from the outside to the inside. Manatees actually have very dense bones, very calcium dense. If you look behind you, there is actually a skeleton over there. You can actually see a manatee skeleton. Also in comparison to a dolphin skeleton, to really show you how thick those bones are. And that also helps them with their buoyancy. Because since they are true vegetarians, they are kind of munching on lots of wild vegetation, and that really dense bone does help them kind of sink down to where the natural vegetation would be growing. They also, if you look at them underneath the underwater view, you can see it pretty well. They have 3 toenails on their pectoral flippers at the front. That's another thing I would call them elephants. And also when they surface, you can see that they have little sparse hairs that cover their entire body. And again, another kind of relation to the elephant. You can also see, hold on, so a little bit out of the water. They actually have what's called abbreviated trunks, so they can manipulate how to grab food. I'll show you. If you ever get hit by a boat, sometimes they can recover depending on where they are hit, if it's by a hull, but a lot of the damage is also done if they're ever hit by a propeller. So it is very important if you do have any boaters, if you're out in the water a lot, to make sure you are adhering to any regulations that are posted throughout so that you don't harm any of these guys. Do you have any questions so far? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm coming late, but what is the average lifespan in the wild?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So Snooty's kind of pushing that like expectancy every single day. He's setting a new world record. He's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. We have one downstairs, so good job if you want to take a look at that. But in the wild, most manatees do kind of pass away from birth until about 10 years old. So that's the average. They can live longer again, but it's hard just because there's a lot of other factors.